Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. So, I did say that I would bring back Papertalk as like a daily thing if there was anything to talk about. But that doesn't just mean the English media, it also includes the foreign media as well. And basically, we have seen reports from Portugal in the record yesterday and overnight, basically saying that Liverpool are interested in this 19-year-old midfielder, Joao Neves. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is the record was one of them papers that was ahead of the game regarding Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes. They were well ahead of it all and everything like that. And to be fair to them as well, they never really touched on the Amarim to Liverpool so much. So there is a little bit of credibility there with this. Now, the article is a little bit, let's just say, scathing of the Premier League, okay? Now, it goes on, there's a few bits here, like I'll touch on it a little bit here. So basically, they say that Man United offered 60 million euros for the 19-year-old, but apparently Rui Costa flatly refused the offer and is demanding 120 million, which is in the release clause in the euros, and therefore does not admit to negotiating for anything less than 100 million euros, guys, for him. Now, it says here that after appearing at the beginning of 2023, Joao Neves asserted himself once and for all this season with 55 games. He was not only used in the home matches against Sparta Prague on matchday 31 of the Championship, but even the under-21 player was with the most minutes in the competition. The quality of his performances allowed him to acclimate awards for Midfielder of the Month, and even in a season in which Benfica fell short in a collective terms to value himself a lot. I'm sorry if this is a little bit bad English, but I've translated this from Portuguese into English, so just bear with me a little bit. Now, it goes on here. This is the bit that's a bit scathing about the Premier League. It says here that Joao Neves' his football has aroused the greed of several Premier League sharks, with Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool rivaling United in the race for the Portuguese international. Now, it goes on as well to say here that there is also people interested in Antonio Silva, like Liverpool as well. But we're touching on Joao Neves here. Now, looking at his stats for last year, guys, he played 55 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. He does predominantly play as a defensive midfielder in the number 6 role. So again, this is probably the third player now that Liverpool have been linked with in this role. He can also play in the centre mid. He is right-footed. His contract doesn't expire until 2028. Again, he is 19 years of age. He played 79% of he made 79% of the starting 11s last year, completed 76% of the minutes, and has a 6% goal participation with them. Now, the interesting thing is his agency is just a few, and Liverpool have a very, very good working relationship with these. We've got Darwin Nunes on their books, Diogo Jota on their books, and there is a plethora of other players on here that have either played for Liverpool or Liverpool have been linked with. We've got Fabinho, the old defensive midfielder we used to have. There is Altonore, the left back at Wolves that we've been linked with. Antonio Silva, the centre back I've just mentioned. Manuel Ugarte, who we were linked with last summer. Lenny Yoro, the centre back that we've been linked with this year as well. He's on their books. Mateus Nunes, Pedro Neto. There's a lot of players here that Liverpool have been linked with, or Liverpool have basically had on their books in the past. So I would say, guys, that this is probably one to monitor as well. I think we were linked to him again last summer as well, but just a little bit, like tentatively, not like full on. But yeah, I'd keep your eye on this one, see what else comes out regarding this. But again, it's that question, guys. Are Liverpool going to go out there and spend an exuberant amount of money on a young defensive midfielder? You're talking again probably 80, 90 million pounds if they stick out for the release clause. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the one sticky point with all of this. It's just how much money it's going to take Liverpool to go out there and buy these players. In the other side of things, like, he is only very young. He's 19 years of age. So if you were to get him, you would, hopefully have at least, 6-7 years with him before he probably moves on to like a Real Madrid, Barcelona, whatever. But yeah, he does seem to be an up and coming name. And is this going to be one of them players that if Liverpool don't get him now, we're going to regret it later on? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like, you know, you look at Caicedo. I know he had a bad first season at Chelsea, but Liverpool could have had him for like, what was it, like 8 million or something, maybe even less than that, before he went to Brighton, and then Brighton get him and then sell him for 100+ million. Do you know, it's one of them guys. So yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd just bring it to your attention this morning to keep an eye out on Joao Neves. You're probably going to see a fair bit of it over the coming days and everything like that. But if anything else does pop out today, guys, I'll be back later on. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one.